So I just wanted to say hello. Thank you so much for coming to our Growing in Boston event to celebrate all the exciting things happening in urban agriculture and food security in Boston. And Mayor Wu is here and is going to say a few words. So I just wanted to introduce her, and then we'll have some announcements as well. So it's exciting. Thank you so much, Mayor Wu.
Hey, hi, everyone. Thank you so much for coming out. I see longtime leaders in our community, people who have been working in neighborhood after neighborhood to make sure that as we grow as a city, we can also grow, right? And we can also make sure that we stay connected and rooted to local community power and sustenance and the ways in which we are now confronted with a changing climate. Everything that, in fact, we knew a long time ago as a society about how to produce food, keep it local, and support our own communities. That act of organizing through making sure we could, as a community, live off of and feed off of the land, that gets lost sometimes in big cities when we think about the need for badly needed affordable housing or other community services. We want to be a city that says we don't have to make those trade-offs. We can make room for all of it. And sometimes that takes really smart and creative planning, but usually that starts from just listening to what the residents are saying. And so right here in Franklin Field, I know there's been a strong wave and a leadership from a group of residents who have been advocating for a raised bed and for the ability and space to do some real community gardening here. So I'm so excited and grateful to our offices. To come here and just announce and be in the moment of so much happiness that a big thing is going to happen. So much work from our city teams goes into that, step by step to get us here. So I just want to make sure that we publicly thank and acknowledge some of the folks who have been really instrumental in that. Of course, Shani Fletcher, our director of GrowBoston. Our new office, and okay, I had some stats here about what exactly this office has done. So over this last year, more than 270 raised garden beds across the city. We have had nearly $600,000 in funding awarded through grassroots programming, through the grassroots program to jumpstart the development and renovation of urban gardens and farms and other spaces. And a couple of sources came together here to make sure that this new community garden will be built with more than $350,000 in city funding, some from the Community Preservation Act, some from our food sources, and all of that is coordinated in part by our amazing Chief of Housing, Sheila Dillon, who's here. Sheila, I don't know how her brain is holding so many different growing pieces of our agenda at one time, but she's an incredible leader, and she's always the one I worry about. Is she actually home in the weekends and not in the office? But now we see she's here out in the community. All of this under the amazing leadership of our Chief of Energy, Environment, and Open Space, Reverend Mariama Whitehammond, who is Alisa here as well? Oh, yeah. Alisa Wasserman, our Director of the Office of Food Justice. She's already in the swag from the Office of Food Justice. Hayan Kim, where's Hayan? Oh, Hayan Kim, our Director of the and is Kate here? Is Kate Bennett? Yeah. Kate, who keeps all of our beautiful communities running, focused on making sure that we can maintain, preserve, and grow affordable housing as well. So let me see if there's any other points I particularly wanted to make. So one other point that we're going to do is just to be strategic in how we are thinking about equity in the funding that's given out. And so we want to be completely responsive. We know there are parts of the city where there's been the need and we're following through and giving out those grants. We also want to do an audit and an analysis, particularly focusing on Dorchester, Mattapan, Roxbury, and East Boston, to think about food production and where is it already happening that is official, where is it happening that is just bubbling up through the grassroots that we can help support and grow as well. All of this work is being done in close collaboration with GrowBoston's new advisory board, some of whom are here today. Raise your hand if you're on the advisory board. Thank you. So if there was any effort around the city that we wanted to make sure was grown from the grassroots, it is our GrowBoston efforts. So thank you so much for all that you've been doing in the city for a long, long time. I remember when I first interned for Mayor Menino a dozen plus years ago, one of the pieces that we were looking at that back in 2009 or something like that, was to analyze where our zoning code allowed for urban agriculture and where it didn't, the parcels of land where this could and couldn't happen. And so it's taken a little while, we've come full circle, but now we're just going to keep accelerating our efforts to make sure the next generation and the one after that just takes this for granted, looks around the city, sees beautiful homes, beautiful parks and open spaces, and communities in the dirt, nourishing the soil and making sure that we can have the fruits of our labor come together as a community. So thank you so much for all your leadership, everyone. And I'll hand it back over to Shani.
Thank you so much, Mayor Wu. I wanted to just acknowledge a few more folks. So the advisory board members we have here are Paulo Catala, Barbara Connect, Vivian Morris, and Vidya Tiku. Thank you so much. We're so excited to have you. The Grassroots program, which has been a part of the Mayor's Office of Housing for a very long time, about 30 years, and is now part of the our new office, GrowBoston, has we issued about $600,000 in awards this summer, and so we wanted to name those folks. I think several of them are here. Charlestown Sprouts, Women's Lunch Place. Please raise your hands when I say your organization. Codman Academy, JPNDC, Boston Green Academy, Boston Food Forest Coalition, Boston Farms Community Land Trust, Boston Medical Center, and Whittier Street Health Center. I also want to say, yes, please, yes. And we'll be doing, in the next few years, we'll be building 1,000 raised beds over the next 3 years in partnership with the Office of Food Justice. And they really piloted the first round of that last year, which was 270 raised beds. And the grantees who built those raised beds are also here today. So that includes Roundtable Inc., Roots, Berries, and Goodies. Please, again, raise your hands. Make yourselves known. Come on, Roots, Berries, and Goodies. I see you back there. Paley House, The Food Project, and Eastie Farm. So thank you so much. And I wanted to let folks know also what resources we have today. So after we're done with the remarks, the Northeast Organic Farming Association Massachusetts chapter will be doing 2 workshops here. Sister Dora and Sister Anna will be doing 2 workshops on this table. Gardening workshops. One is about soil testing. What's the other one?
On developing your own soil fertility.
Yes, soil fertility. So everyone who will be getting, be growing next season will get to learn some things. And the Zero Waste Program and the Office of Food Justice both have resources at the back. Right back there, yes. So we wanted to bring some of those, all of our food security resources here to Franklin Field and help make sure people know what's available. We also have a GrowBoston table here with some gardening tip sheets and a sign-up sheet if you want more information about growing food in Boston so that we can stay in touch with you. Thank you. I think that's everything. Yes, that's everything. Thank you so much, all of you, for being here. We have so much exciting things happening, so many exciting things happening around urban agriculture, and I'm really looking forward to working with all of you to make them happen. So thanks. Thanks, everybody.
Oh, I have just one question.
Oh, yes.
Are there 75 urban gardens in Boston?
Oh gosh, what is the number? I think it's 100. I think there's, yeah, almost.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, there's many, 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 and there will be more, and urban farms as well. Yeah,
Okay,
so
thank
many.
you
Yeah.
so much.
Yes.
Hi, I'm sorry. My name is Nkaji. I'm from RPG Farm. I actually thank you so much for allowing us to work small, Black-owned business, and we're just really grateful to be able to be part of this group. And we look forward to having another project in the future. I actually got a donation of about 3,000 seedlings from cabbage seedlings and collard seedlings from the gleaners. And since there's so many people in the room, I don't know if that might be interested in that. if you guys are interested in that, you know, any schools or any programs that are interested, rbgfarmllc@gmail.com. I can send the information to Shani.
Sure, yes, please. Great, thank you. All right, thanks everybody.